People think that Blake Corum he needs to be used in the pass game more.
Yeah,
Do you have any
Blake.
concerns with his workload recently? Because he had, and
Well,
I'm not
they
saying he's
they've
fragile or
tried
anything
to
like that, but
they've tried to reduce his workload the last couple of weeks. So they tried to mix in Donovan Edwards and to give him a little bit of a break. Um, no, especially with Donovan Edwards being back. If Donovan Edwards was like out for the season, I'll be a little concerned. But I think the more Donovan gets his legs under him, you'll see a lot more of him in the mix, and giving Blake Corum a spell here and there. So, and the way Blake's built, he's really compact, right?
mhm.
So he's built for. It's really tough to get a hard hit on him.
Correct.
Like because he's so
Dude, on that
compact from the ground.
51-yard run, like he was bottled up. That was incredible watching that run.
He's like a
Um,
bowling ball.
Jeez, yeah, it's
Like a
impressive.
bowling ball. He really is, man. He has, and it's ironic, like once again, we hope Mike Hart has speedy recovery. But before the game, they had Mike Hart, talking about, Blake Corum. They did a little piece on Blake Corum about his background and stuff like that, being a country boy. And like it's obvious Mike values him very much so and talks about how much of a workaholic he is. And it looks like it pays off for that kid. He's well prepared. Mike Hart even went as far to say that he reminds him of Peyton Manning in terms of there's no way he's going to go into a game and not be prepared. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing, but he's not going to he won't be beat due to lack of preparation. And that's you can take that to the bank. That is part of high of a compliment that you can get.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's impressive. I mean, seeing Corum, I mean, he's been lights out this year. Absolutely incredible. Today he finished with 25 carries for 124 and a touchdown, and he actually didn't have any catches. And Donovan Edwards only had 8 touches in the game today. Like he had 7 carries for 15 yards and 1 catch for 10 yards. It's so interesting. I mean, because Blake, it's the balancing act, and I think it's difficult when Blake is running the way that he has been the last 2 weeks to take any carries away from him. But I just figured Donovan would have been a little more, would get just more than 7 carries. You know what I mean, in a game
Well,
where you ran
well,
it a
they're still
decent
working
amount.
him back. Well, they're
True,
still
that's
working him
true.
back. And I think the more that he gets his legs under him, we'll see more of a steady diet of him in the offense in different ways. He could be back there in the backfield. We know they like to split him outright. So they love to utilize his variety of skills he has. So we would definitely see more Donovan Edwards throughout the course of the season, which is a great thing because he's a heck of a player.
Absolutely. Um, so got Penn State next week. How are you feeling about the game as of right now?
I feel pretty good, man. I mean, overall, where this team is, like they have for one, they play Penn State typically very besides 2020. We won't count 2020. Typically Penn State doesn't play well at Michigan, and Michigan plays well against Penn State at home. But just besides that, I think Michigan is doing everything they need to be able to do right now. They have things clicking pretty much everywhere that needs to be clicked to beat Penn State. The only question I still have about is Ohio State, and we'll handle that when we get there. But as of now, I feel pretty confident. I think they're healthy enough. I think as of now, we expect Roman Wilson to be back for that game, so they should have all hands on deck in terms of their offensive weapons. Besides Eric All, of course, but Shoemaker's been very, very good. So, and defensively, one of the biggest things I'm very pleased about once again is the emergence of the pass rush. So, hey, if you're able to, and Penn State has a very good running back core. So if you're able to, somewhat limit them and put all the pressure on the seventh-year quarterback, and why am I drawing a blank? Is it Sean?
Sean Clifford.
Sean Clifford, thank you. And put Sean Clifford in obvious passing situations, we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and there's not many quarterbacks that are getting away from Oki and Mike Morris. So, yeah, I think, which I saw a couple clips of Penn State from earlier in the season where he was kind of running around a bit, and he's more mobile than I thought he was. I don't think he's a scrambling quarterback or anything like that, but he definitely is. He can move better than I thought he could. I originally thought he was just a straight statue, um, but yeah, I mean it's I think if Michigan plays like they did on defense, number one, I think they're gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
And I do think I think you will have to hit some plays over the top. I don't think Penn State is the type of defense that you can do all of your work, underneath and run game. I think you're just gonna have to hit them over the top, and Michigan has the personnel to do it. So it's just gonna be making sure you dial it up on the right times and making sure you connect when you get it. But I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be just fine as far as next week. So it'll be
Yeah.